Hello and welcome back to another review. I would just like to say before we start review today that I have just finished the recording of the brand new podcast that I have advertised on my Instagram and on here very briefly, I think, called New Nerds, which I'm doing with two friends of mine, Ben and Joel. We've just finished recording that and I'll put a little clip in now.
Imagine a little kid flying his drone in the airport and then suddenly like 10 officers come out with armed fucking guns and just shoot the fuck out of it. He's like, I just bought that. Sorry, mate.
See, I don't imagine like these officers. I imagine like this automated railgun that just locks on and then just pings it right out the sky.
Fucking Captain Price's voice comes over the tunnel. EMP, you bum!
We'll get him next time, boys.
Playtime's over!
Literally.
Drone's dead, RTB.
Pretty good stuff, huh? Well, you should probably check it out then, to be honest. Today I will be reviewing yet again another Tiernan Heffron song. After reviewing the last song that Tiernan done, the wonderful Britain's Got Talent compilation video, I was unsure if this song would follow in its footsteps, maybe try something different, or whether it would sort of be beating a dead horse. I'm happy to say that's not the case. So let's jump straight into this, shall we? How Do You Sleep was released on the 19th of June 2020. Today, jumping right into this song, the backing samples that Tiernan has used for the intro of this song are absolutely gorgeous. And I know I use this comparison quite an awful lot, but it gives me very big 1975 electronic vibes, and that really suits Tiernan because his voice is so present and charismatic throughout this that I think the addition of some samples in the background and some backing vocals that add that little sweet essence to it really work with aligning with his vocals. The guitar playing then comes in with great confidence as well as Tiernan's vocals, and the two fit together really nicely. I know that Tiernan obviously writes all of his songs with just him and his guitar, but in this song it feels so confident and so grounded and well established that when I listened to this I knew that I would be getting into something really great with this track. There was a point where the guitar distorted and wound down. I sort of reacted, my fucking computer broken. Obviously, luckily, it isn't broken. It basically is this effect that Tiernan's put on where the guitar and the vocals all wind down as if you're basically stopping like a record player. And at first I was a bit confused as to what was going on. Everything cuts out, everything stops. And then about a beat later, everything gets brought back in, but with this really nice backbone of this percussion segment of these lovely electronic drums. Unlike the other track, which couldn't really decide whether it wanted to be full or whether it wanted to be empty, I really like the fact that this sort of established a very full sound earlier on, so that I could know that at some point, if this is going to be empty, it's going to be for a good reason. We go into the chorus, and the chorus is very bright and very catchy. When Tiernan sings and finishes a line of a lyric, you can hear it echo in the background alongside what he's currently singing. It works. It works really well because this is such an emotionally somber song, obviously with the happiness of the instrumentation behind it, but what Tiernan's singing about and what the song's about is just really, really gripping. And I think with the ending of a lyric echoing in the background whilst he's still singing about something else works so well because it feels like a fade out of something that he's trying to forget and trying to re-establish, but it's still sort of nitpicking away at him. The bass comes into this with the fucking most funky shit ever. This chorus is fantastic. It's strong instrumentally, it's strong lyrically, it's strong in the aspect of that I can't get it out of my head. And I definitely think this is one of Tiernan's more confident and grounded choruses for sure. We then go into another verse, which the drums play for about 2 bars into and then cut out for 4 beats. And then about a bar later come back in. I don't think this worked too well. It kind of felt like the drummer was playing, you know when you're at a band practice, drummers, you'll know what I mean, you're playing at a band practice and you're playing along and you're like,
yeah man, this is so sick.
And then you sort of turn and then realise everyone's stopped and you just sort of go,
oh shit, oh fuck, it's a break.
After you've stopped playing, everyone then comes back in, so you sort of just go,
oh shit, okay, we're going back in again.
That's the kind of feeling I got from this section. I don't feel like the drums stopped in a very good segment of this. It kind of feels, like I said, like the drummer forgot where he was supposed to stopped, and then went,
fuck, we gotta go back in now.
It's not that big of an issue, but it just sort of made me feel undecided whether I liked that decision or not. When it does come back in for this verse though, there's some riffing on the guitar. If you've watched my other videos, you know that I absolutely despise riffing and soloing on guitars, but this one really works. It's not too much, it's not in your face screeching. It's little tonalities and little elements that just add to the overall song. Like I think they last about like a beat or two each, rather than going on for 6 bars of some guy who's trying to, I don't know, toss himself off on how fucking good he is at guitar. It's just small where it's needed and it adds to it, and I really like that. It's the perfect amount of riffing that's needed. And then out of nowhere, the fucking violin from the last song comes in! Tiernan, please make sure that you always keep that violin player and you always keep that violin in. It is so gorgeous, man. I love it. We then go back into yet again another chorus. I don't get bored of the chorus, although this chorus is pretty much the same thing with some little changes of a little bit of violin, and the guitar does like a different strumming pattern for like a very, very small bar. I have to applaud Tiernan in this aspect. The fact that the chorus is so strong and so good in its own way that I could listen to this chorus. I could listen to an entire song of just this chorus. Be completely okay with the fact that it's just this chorus, because this chorus is so strong and it's so well done that I think this is my favorite part of the track, is the chorus. The bridge cuts to just the vocals, the guitar, and the vocals. Wait, did I already say the bridge cuts to just piano, vocals, and guitar. You can tell that it's building up to something here before the drums come back in, and then you sort of get back into the groove of things slowly. Tiernan definitely lets loose on his vocals here. I feel like this is definitely his strong point of the song, where rather than sort of singing, not timidly, but holding back what he can really do, in this section particularly, he just lets loose and just vocalizes the emotion that he put into this, and I really, really like that, Tiernan. I definitely think because you're such a strong singer, that you should definitely let loose of your vocals more. The little gap between the bridge and the last chorus just made me feel like I was at one of Tiernan's gigs. I wanted to just find a fucking lighter and just hold it up and be like, I love you, Tiernan! So overall, this song is fantastic. I love this song. I love it a lot more than the last one. The last one isn't bad, but if I had to pick between the two, this one's definitely a favourite of the two. I love it, and I just love this new direction that Tiernan's decided to take himself in. The only complaints I could really make about this song were the fact that I felt the drums in that specific section felt a little messy, like the drummer forgot what he was doing and sort of cut out. And I also think the snare could have been a bit bigger, because it feels quite flat and quite compressed, so it's a bit there's no real echo or big gigantic sound to it. It's just a bit short-lived. So I definitely think with the effect of maybe an echo or a delay, that could have really helped, but that's just my opinion. Overall, I absolutely adore this track. I think Tiernan has done very well with this track, and I love the artwork. The artwork is fantastic too. Tiernan is definitely moving in a direction that I fully support, and I definitely think he should continue on with. Compared to the old stuff, as I said in the last video, it works so much better, and it feels more like he has this creative control over his own music rather than trying to do something that he thought he had to do, if you know what I mean. But yes, this has been another review. It's been a different review. There's a new camera angle, and I'm not wearing a velvet jacket or sunglasses. I just thought I'd, you know, come a bit casual, wear the same shirt that I've been wearing for 10 videos. But yes, if you did enjoy this review, please make sure you give me a like, a share, a subscribe, and why don't you comment camera angle, camera schmangle. It's so fucking dumb. Thank you, and have a nice day.